Ladies and gentlemen, StarCraft fans old and new, I bring to you today Reach vs. Chojja, the second Pimpest game in the year 2005. This is Cholera bringing you another Pimpest Play commentary. It's good to be back here commentating Pimpest Plays, and who else to cast but the Mantoss himself right now on this hot July day. This is Jung Suk versus Chojja in the MSL Semifinals back in the UZOO MSL in 2005. This game is played on rush hour July 21st, 05, and as we're reaching the end stages of the OSL and the MSL presently, I thought I would try to save up enough time to cast this very long and epic Zerg versus Protoss game. And as you guys know, Reach is my favorite Protoss player because he is just simply so physically and physically manly, and also in StarCraft manly. Generally, I'm just a huge fan of him, and he is actually going to be going for the fast expand here. This map is Rush Hour, and the natural expansion on this map is very open. It's called Rush Hour because there's a lot of traffic around sort of a ring in the circle of the map, connecting all the natural expansions and actually all the other expansions in the map. It's very, very open, and there's several different passages to each expansion. So we'll see if Reach decides to go for a Forge first. I'm assuming he's still going to go for that. Forge first, fast expand coming from Reach. And he's playing against Chojja, who's now retired. Chojja back in the day was actually quite strong against Protoss. He had 63% wins overall lifetime against Protoss, his strongest matchup. And against Zerg was actually Reach's weakest lineup. He's only 45% against Zerg. So we'll have to see the hero toss here pull off some very genius play in order to defeat a rather good player. And here he is harassing with his probe already and putting down the pylon, denying Chojja the second expansion at the correct location. Looks like Chojja's actually going to put down the base here, but he's probably going to have to move his third hatchery. And oh wow, Chojja canceling his second hatchery and now planting it. That's actually a little bit surprising because that's going to cost Chojja 100 minerals. 1/3 minerals, of course, are lost when you cancel a building. So I am very surprised by that. Here's Reach sending down his Nexus before even putting down a Forge, knowing that Chojja has been delayed, and wow, Reach once again delaying another building, the spawning pool, from going up in time. So Reach getting off to a nice start here in this game. I'd say he already has a substantial advantage because of this, because of his little probe tricks inside of the base. And of course, the Mantoss doesn't even need a Forge first when he's going for the expand. He's just so manly, he'll just rely on his probes alone. Oh, and he doesn't even need a Forge at all. Reach going for the Nexus into Gateway here. 14 Nexus into Gateway. This is almost a Protoss versus Terran build here, and of course Reach unafraid to do this, even though this will lead him somewhat vulnerable to a Zergling rush, I feel, because he won't have those cannons there. He won't be able to get that defense up. Reach now getting a second pylon down. This is going to be turning out to be an interesting game here. We'll see if Chojja decides to plant a second hatchery, a third hatchery, or if he decides to just go for a 2-hatchery build here and go for some sort of fast tech, fast rush build. Now, when the Protoss goes Gateway first, he'll be fairly strong sort of early on, but once the Zerg player gets some Hydras, he'll have to actually get some tech up quickly, or perhaps go for cannons, because Hydras are able to defeat Zealots pretty easily. And here Reach is transferring his probes to the natural expansion. I have a lot of announcements to make, so while this game is just getting heated up here, I'll make them right now. Tomorrow Korean time, will be the OSL Finals, the ever OSL Finals between Best and July, and hopefully I will be able to triple commentate that live early Saturday morning, early tomorrow morning, with Moltrap and Klazart, and that should be very exciting. So check out sc2gd.com. If you download the program Ventrilo, you can listen to us cast it. It will be at 4:30 Eastern Standard Time, 4:30 a.m. So I'm actually going to set my alarm clock at 4 a.m., get up, make some coffee, and watch StarCraft and commentate on it, probably for 2 or 3 hours. That is the way of the commentator, I have to say. And yes, I do have a full-time job too. Well, mostly full-time, but it is pretty tough. Now, okay, we're seeing Chojja bringing forward 6 Zerglings here, and he is actually doing a good amount of harassment here. This is what I meant. Reach is a bit vulnerable to a Zergling rush because of the fact that he doesn't have those cannons denying, even though he has enough Zealots to face them head-on. Chojja's going to be trying to pick off probes, but so far Reach's probe micro has been very good. good. He's only lost one probe so far, and he's managed to pick off almost all these Zerglings. Chojja trying again and again to try to pick off some more of these probes, but Reach is just way too manly. Even his probes are manly. His probes can just one-on-one against Zerglings like it's nobody's business. And now we're seeing Reach actually putting up his forge, so as I suspect, he is going to try to get the forge. Of course, 4 upgrades, and also to get 1 or 2 cannons to protect himself against some sort of fast Hydros rush. And okay, Reach is going to lose 2 probes now, but he's using his probes very well to defend here. And yeah, it's only doing a little bit of disruption to his economy. I'd say economically he's still ahead. And now, see, the benefit of going for the 2-gate first is that Reach now has a substantial Zergling Zealot force, and now Chojja will have to produce a number of Zerglings, or maybe even a sunken colony, to be able to defend here. And now we're seeing Reach put down that photon cannon, which is going to be able to protect his natural expansion very well here. Chojja continuing to scout with 1 Zergling, but that Zergling is not going to be able to do any more economic damage. Now we're seeing Reach concentrate about 6 Zealots. I'm not sure if Chojja knows there's so many Zealots out. I wonder if Chojja is going for some sort of Mutalisk build here, because so far I don't see any Hydros Den up, and I don't see a Cybernetics core up for Reach either. So perhaps knowing that Reach is a bit behind in tech, Chojja might be going for Mutalisks, and hence trying to kill him that way, go for Mutal Link. Anyway, we're seeing a Photon Cannon in the mineral line, I believe, and another pylon going down for Reach. So Reach actually is a bit slow on his tech because he has gone for so many Zealots, and now, like I said, Chojja is forced to build a lot of Zerglings. Chojja actually staying with the Hydralisks. He might decide to go for some Lurkers and set up some sort of container around Reach, catching one of Reach's Zealots into a surround position, but now Reach is bringing forward all of his Zealots, managing to rescue that Zealot. No Zealot left behind for Reach, and Reach surviving that encounter without losing a single Zealot. He's actually going to put substantial pressure now on Reach at his natural expansion. So at Chojja at his natural expansion, Chojja doing basically Chojja needs to get some Hydralisks up. Yeah, he is getting some Hydralisks. Perhaps he's going to upgrade the Lurker aspect, and that is going to be his defense for now. And Reach has gotten a good sight of Chojja's base. Here comes the attack from Reach. Reach with some nice manlot positioning. By the way, they're called manlots because Reach does things with Zealots that no other Protoss player dares to. Basically, he can play for 20 minutes with Zealots and still beat you. That's how manly he is. But looks like this time, oh no, the manlots are actually getting killed off here. So ouch, that's not too good. There's Chojja and Reach, both look quite intense there. And Reach, I really like the haircut in this game back in the day. He just looks manly as ever there. He just looks like he's ready to rip your jugular out with his bare teeth, and then just I don't know, go and bench press your girlfriend. And now here comes a bunch of speedlings coming in for Chojja, but this is not going to go anywhere. Reach smartly has brought off enough photon cannons, and now he's going to pick off all those Zerglings. Those Zerglings aren't getting anywhere, and the probes are going to fend this off. The problem is with this build is that Reach does not have the tech to deal with these Lurkers, and we are seeing Lurkers coming up. So Reach is at a definite tech disadvantage here. I'm not even sure if his Cybernetics core is up because we saw that 1 Dragoon, but I'm not sure if he's got a Corsair coming or if he's got anything coming, and now he's bringing a couple of Dragoons out. This might be a little problematic for him because he's facing all these Zerglings, and of course Speedlings are very good against Dragoons, and Reach just being a little bit too aggressive here with these Dragoons, I feel, and now he's going to face this first Lurker, but actually Reach doing a nice job there, not losing any of the Dragoons. In fact, I think all he lost were the shields on the Dragoons there, so perhaps quite confident in his Dragoon micro. And now we're seeing Evolution Chambers going up for Chojja. He's heading up for a longer game. By the way, he does have an expansion up there at the 12 o'clock position, so 3 bases to 2 now, and Reach is going to have to get some sort of attack. I expect he's going to be going straight for Templar attack, but however, that will lead him a little bit, whoa, and Reach actually going for Robotics Facility first. That will leave him open to some sort of Mutalisk attack if Chojja decides to go for it, and now Reach trying to push in here, but he's not going to get to his expansion. Those Lurkers are going to ward away those Dragoons. There's no way he can take care of them, and these Dragoons might even go down here because they're going to get pincered by those Zerglings. Reach now up to 4 gateways here, and I believe getting a second gas now. So I expect Reach to go for Observers actually, and just to go for a Cybernetics core level push here, and that is definitely not what we would see in today's macro-heavy, tech-heavy Protoss army. We would definitely see something like Corsair Reaver or Corsair Dark Templar on a map like this. I think Corsair Dark Templar would actually probably be the more applicable build on this map. But we certainly wouldn't see this Observer Dragoon Zealot build that Reach is doing, and Reach of course is known for a very different kind of builds. Like I said, he is known as the Hero Toss because he's unafraid of staying to those low level units, having faith in the Protoss army's basic strength, the basic strength of their Dragoons and Zealots. Here comes an attack of Speedlings and Lurkers, though, for Chojja. Reach needs to hold this new expansion. Chojja has an idea this expansion is coming. 3 Lurkers coming up, and the Zealots are not enough to protect, but wow, he actually manages to protect. And notice that Reach still does not have a single observer, so Reach just trusting in his Dragoon power. And now we're seeing a Citadel going up. The observatory is up. No support bay up, though, so Reach is just going for observers, and once again, it almost looks like he's playing against a Terran player. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, he's gone for Robotics Facility Observer and Dragoon Zealots. No Corsairs, no Dark Templar, no High Templar. This definitely looks like he's almost facing a Terran opponent, and we'll see how this does against Chojja on this map. Chojja, of course, seems like he's quite a tough player. I have seen a few games of Chojja's. In fact, one game where he defeated Nada quite badly in a very long game, and in fact, in the end, started humiliating Nada. It was kind of embarrassing. You could watch it on Clazart's account, and in that game, actually, it was well, it's a little bit controversial whether he was being bad-mannered or not, but certainly he showed himself to be a quite strong player in the late game. So Reach is going to be faced up against some serious competition here, and Chojja is now teching to Lair off of his 3